You're looking at Taylor Remitt, who was just elected in a special election to serve in the Texas State Senate representing the 9th District. This is a local election. The seat was previously held by Kelly Hancock, who recently gave up that seat in order to serve as chief clerk of Texas's comptroller's office. So why is a state Senate seat in Texas important? Well, Taylor Remitt, who just won on Saturday, is a Democrat, and the Senate seat he won has been reliably Republican for decades. Kelly Hancock, who gave it up, was a Republican. Hancock, Republican, ran for re-election in 2022. That's the last time an election was held for this seat. He won his seat by 20 percentage points, beat the Democrat Gwen Burrid by 50,000 votes. Landslide, 20 percentage points, Republican. Trump defeated Kamala Harris in that same district by 17 points back in November of 2024. So what do you think? Must have been a close race Saturday night. Democrat winning a deep red district. Trump won it by 17 points. Remitt got 57% of the vote. Democrat got 57% of the vote. His Republican challenger, Republican Lee Wamsgnas, got 43% of the vote. That is a 14-point landslide for the Democratic candidate. Not even close. That is a landslide and a 31-point swing from Trump in November of 2024 to the Democrat Remitt in late January of 2026. Actually, it'd be February 1st, 2026. What does that tell you? All the special elections that were held last year in Iowa and Georgia went to who? Democrats. Flipped a lot of seats in Iowa and Georgia. The off-year election, Virginia, New Jersey, Democratic governors elected. Where have Republicans done well since November of 2024? So you're looking at Brooklyn House Democrat Hakeem Jeffries and Louisiana House Republican Mike Johnson. Johnson is the Speaker of the House by virtue of what? Right now, a 2-seat majority. So I'm not going to talk about the Senate right now. I'm going to just talk about the House and whether or not Hakeem Jeffries can become the next speaker. I don't know because Donald Trump is president, but it's starting to look like a distinct possibility. Even Donald Trump admitted on Sunday that historically the president's party takes a whooping in the midterms. Trump was first elected in 2016. 2 years later, Republicans lost 41 seats in the 2018 midterms, and Nancy Pelosi became Speaker of the House again. Republicans kept the Senate. Democrats right now officially just need to flip 3 seats to win back control. So we're 9 months away from the midterms. A lot can happen, like Trump canceling them. The Cook Political Report 2 weeks ago projected 18 Republican congressional seats, House seats. We're talking about the House of Representatives, not the Senate. They projected that 18 Republican House seats will turn blue in November. They caution that Republicans can always flip a few Democratic seats red, but with 18 Republican seats flipping blue and Democrats only needing 3, the Cook Political Report says it looks likely that Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat, will become our next speaker. The generic ballot averages also look good. As Howie Klein taught us, because of gerrymandering, Democrats need to be leading by more than 3 points in the generic ballot for there to be a chance that they will win the House of Representatives. A generic ballot is just asking Americans, who do you want to control the House of Representatives, Democrats or Republicans? That's a generic ballot. The latest Fox poll, the latest Qantas poll, and the latest Emerson poll all show Democrats leading by 6 points on the question, who do you want to control the House of Representatives? Howie Klein says Democrats have to, because of gerrymandering, Democrats don't have a chance unless they're leading the generic ballot by more than 3 points. You got 3 legitimate pollsters showing Democrats leading by 6 points. What does this mean? It means nothing, and it means everything. Polling doesn't predict November. A lot of my listeners get frustrated with the polls because they're betting, and they go, I placed a bet. It's not about predicting what happens in November. It's telling you where we're at now. And more importantly, it tells each party how to pivot. The next 2 weeks will be, I believe, 2 of the most important weeks in American history. We are going to be debating the 10th Amendment, the 4th Amendment, states' rights, the Supremacy Clause, whether or not we want to live in a police state. This is very important. What kind of country do you want to live in? And the polling dictates the debate. The politicians live and die by these polls. And ICE, immigration, civil liberties, being strong on civil liberties and standing up to ICE, the polling shows that's a net plus for Democrats. So what's going to happen to this Homeland Security bill? The polling dictates that Republicans have to cave on civil liberties, due process, the 4th Amendment. The polling dictates that Republicans have to buckle on the Department of Homeland Security issuing its own arrest and search warrants, especially because that's kind of what Trump got elected on, the weaponization of the Justice Department. You now have a Department of Homeland Security that wrote a memo telling ICE and border agents, if we give you a warrant, not a judge, if we hand you an administrative warrant, you can kick open anybody's door or drag anybody from their car. White House press spokeslier Karoline Leavitt ran for Congress in 2022. In New Hampshire, she lost. And like her boss, Donald Trump, she doesn't pay her debts. News of the United States, NOTUS. You should go to Notice. News of the United States is reporting her congressional campaign committee, called Karoline for Congress, owes vendors about $350,000. In January of last year, News of the United States reported that Leavitt is supposed to return $200,000 in contributions because they violated campaign finance law. About 100 contributors, according to the FEC, 100 contributors gave her campaign far more than she was allowed to accept, and she was ordered to return about $200,000 in donations. But so far, she's only refunded donations to 5 of the 100 people. 2 of those 5 are her parents. Leavitt's campaign owes $41,000 to her pollster, another $46,000 to Axiom Strategies, which assisted her in advertising, travel, and campaign planning. So she owes people who did work for her and a couple $100,000, and she has to repay the donors who made illegal contributions. She's racking up tens of thousands of dollars in fines. The 27-year-old Leavitt is married to 60-year-old real estate developer Nicholas Riccio, whose net worth is estimated to be around $6 million.